Welcome to Tabletop Talk. We're playing Son of Man, a Dungeon World game. Let's get into it. When we last saw our heroes, they had escaped the Novavich Manor. Light Novavich brought them there because they knew they needed horses, rhinos, and supplies before they went and rode the Shadow. They met with Light's family, had some tearful hellos and goodbyes, but now they need to continue on their journey towards
Organthal.
Organthal. You guys know my stuff better than me. Organthal, where the Helanthius is, and Helanthius, if you don't remember, is the sun god.
I thought it was
I like that you transitioned from writing Organthal to Helanthius mid-word.
Wow, I really did do
I
that.
thought it was Helianthus.
Helianthus. It is Helianthus.
Man, you guys should totally GM this for me.
No, it's like
No,
anything.
We're just
It's like-
taking notes for you.
We're the
that's perfectly
fans who
fine.
update the wiki. It's like,
Don't you know, in that third episode, he was wearing a blue shirt with a striped polo underneath.
that's right.
Yeah, as a creator, I remember none of that.
Yeah. This is the episode where halfway through the scene, Scotty and McCoy switched uniforms. It was a classic Star Trek trope thing
Oh.
where they were in the middle of filming a scene.
Oh, James again. You got.
Oh, I can't lean back.
Talk.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Nobody needs. People know what I look like. They can just Photoshop me in from other episodes or other tabletop talk things.
All right, so
This episode,
you
Ghost
guys
James.
are
Yes.
riding
Just a voice from off screen.
on your new horses and rhinos.
I love me my rhino.
Yeah, it's a good rhino too. Well trained. It's not its first time riding out into the sunset. So you ride hard and fast for a while because the paladins behind you were kind of on your heels. Eventually you lose them, and it's the dead of night. You are about at the edge of the desert. You can see in the distance that the temperate climate is beginning to dwindle. The trees disperse. The lovely grass kind of like starts to disappear, and you see the rough yellow hue of sand in the distance. What do you guys want to do?
We keep going. Yeah.
We ride.
So this looks familiar.
Yeah, Alzim, you're from
We
these
should-
parts, right?
This is not far from where I grew up and my people are. We should stop there so I can see my single mother, who worked so hard to ensure that I would be able to become what I am today. Plus, I worry that the paladins may have reached my village ahead of time, and I need to make sure that the truth is told to them before they hear the lies of the church.
Yes, and perhaps your family might also have been taken hostage like my own was.
Ooh.
I
The trolls would not allow that.
God, I hope my family's right.
It is unlikely that the paladins would have sent enough of a contingent to kidnap any trolls without the entire village rising up.
Did you not say that you were cast out by your own people?
Well, yes, but based on how your parents were treated, just because they cast me out doesn't mean that A, I don't love them, or B, the Son of Man knows anything about all that. Or,
Perhaps.
I mean, the Church of the Son of Man.
Perhaps. Well, I hope for your sake that your family is fine.
Well, I don't have any way to check on them now. The Dwarven halls are far from here.
All
I
right.
could also use a resupply.
Yeah, you look into your packs and you see that you have some supplies, but not quite enough to make it all the way to Organthal. So a trip at the troll, what do we want to say? It's a village, a town, a city? How would the trolls live in a desert?
Is it a knoll?
The troll
Ooh,
knoll.
the troll
I like
knoll.
that.
I like
Yeah.
that. Sure, it can be a knoll. A town-sized knoll of all the remaining trolls in the world. Because all the other troll villages around the universe have been destroyed.
Now, are the trolls clever at naming things? Do they call it the troll knoll, or do you think they have a name?
No, the trolls do not have a sense of humor. There would not be Peter naming convention.
So wait, what is a knoll?
A knoll is just a bump in the ground that doesn't make it up the hill or hillock.
Ah, okay.
It's mostly like if it's flatter and more like rolling, that is a knoll.
So they call it like Small Troll Hill.
Yeah.
Small Troll Hill.
Alright.
Bump
No,
in
I-
the midst of prairie.
Yeah, I think that everyone else in the world just calls it the troll town, but the trolls don't call it anything. Like it's just home.
I like to. I'd like it if trolls were just very literal in naming things. You know, it's like, oh, that mountain north of here.
Yeah. Well, I think they would call it the troll town. They would just call it troll
They're
town.
like, it's just Troll Town.
Yeah.
Is that what? Is it
Yeah.
Like, well,
They just-
What else is it? It's a Troll Town.
Yeah.
Knoll has a K.
Oh, god damn it.
I also spelled it wrong when I looked at
Did
it.
you spell it GNOLL?
I did look it up
Yeah,
as
see?
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons has ruined everything.
I was thinking, like,
Once again.
is it really the same as,
But
like, the
Wizards
little...
of the Coast fixed it by putting lots of null cards in.
Yes. You know how you remember? Are you familiar with
Not to be confused
the,
with a knoll.
the chocolate slash? Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
are,
pretty good.
are you familiar with the chocolate slash like biscuit company Knorr, Knorr?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I always tell people that's how they can remember it, because the word no with a K comes from the same language as that word.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because a no with a G is a D&D monster.
Yeah.
It's like,
Doesn't really have much. Let's see. Is that? I think that's. Is that Italian? The GN sound being a. N? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, one time.
Nochi?
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
gnocchi.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah, it could be Italian. That's true.
Yeah, but I don't think it like. I think they just made the word.
Well, no, it's for real. The reason that all these monsters exist in D&D is because they're all just different languages of words for zombie.
Oh. Huh.
So it's like, oh, they were all just the same thing in different cultures. So, like there are different vampires in every culture. They just have different names.
And as we learned on other game nights, D&D just liked to take stuff from real life, because why not?
Well, it makes sense when you're building a collaborative narrative. You don't want to sit down and say like, "There's goblins up there." Goblin. And you're like, it's a little green creature that has gnarly teeth and wants to eat your eyes.
So you mean like a kobold? It's like, yeah, but let's make a different thing called a kobold.
It's something else.
Again, the same name for the same thing in different languages.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Troll Town is just where the trolls are. It seems more reasonable. It's sort of like how the Earth is just the Earth, and you're like, oh, that's a weird name to give your place. It's like, what do you call your place? What do you call your species? We're humans. It's like, what?
All right, you know what? This sounds like a fun time to do a move from Dungeon. We didn't do it before because you are all on a journey. This is perhaps maybe the hardest part of the journey.
Oh,
You're just entering into the desert. You have just a few supplies, and you're trying to make it to Troll Town before you ride the shadow. The even more perilous part of the journey.
ooh, are we undertaking a perilous journey?
That's exactly
Oh my
right.
god!
boy.
We have never undertaken a perilous journey before.
Now, there are 3 jobs you can do. You can be the Trailblazer, you can scout ahead, and one can be a quartermaster. Each character with a job to do rolls plus wisdom. The quartermaster reduces the number of rations required by 1. We're not tracking rations, so we're gonna
I
have.
have some rations.
And it's all wisdom.
It's all wisdom.
Cool.
In fact, I have 5 dungeon rations.
The Trailblazer reduces the amount of time, and the Scout will spot any trouble quick enough to let you get the drop on it. So,
Nice dangling preposition.
what's that?
On it?
Oh,
No, that's not.
wait.
It is
what?
just a noun. Yeah, I'm wrong.
No,
It just
so that
sounded
you get the
sounded
drop
funny.
on it. Okay, which roles do you get? What roles do you guys want?
So I think clearly it is reasonable that Alzim be the Trailblazer.
Like that makes sense. I feel like lead fits as the quartermaster.
Well, that leaves only Light as the Scout.
I
think you
I feel like I have naturally fallen into what I have always been.
Yeah.
I feel that
You
for
know,
this
as a
session-
noble, we never did our quartermastering ourselves. I am slightly ashamed now to admit.
Well, and the Lancers are much closer to scouts.
Yes, yes.
For this session, to show troll humility, I would use these much smaller d6 than I did in the past.
Okay,
Maybe still
let's,
still 12.
let's announce in order.
Oh.
Alright, the Trailblazer, Alzim, how did he do?
He rolled an 8.
Ooh, that's pretty good. So that means you performed your job normal. What did the scout do?
Light performed adequately at a 7.
Alright, so just good enough. And how did the quartermaster?
I got a 12.
Ooh.
We were able to
10
complete
plus
the
2.
journey without eating at all. Because the quartermaster is also
we
Jesus.
found a cache of desert mushrooms, which are very similar to mountain mushrooms, and so.
He found a little basket of 2 fish and
Well,
5 loaves.
You also have a cleric spell called Purify Food and Water, right?
Oh, that's true.
So maybe we can just say that, like, you were able to purify food and water on the
Yeah,
way.
we found a little, like, highly acidic, like, desert spring, and like, oh, nobody can drink from this, Alzim says, and I say, hold on a second.
The true sun
The true sun.
is capable of purifying water.
And just to establish this session, your hands still burn, but
Okay.
not as much as they did before.
Okay.
Mm.
Is it like are we down to like a nice tingle, or is it still pretty painful?
It's still painful,
Okay.
but it's painful in a different way.
Okay.
When you try, let's say this.
Like a good spanking, or like
It's more of like, oh wait, it'll make more sense when
Like
I
a good
when I explain
S&M
it.
sesh.
When you went to purify the
gone
water,
too far. It was better when it
Try-
was just a
you tried to purify it just like a bowl, because that's what you normally do. You just take a small bit of water and you try and purify it. The light came down, but it was really bright, and you had to cover your eyes, and the power was almost overwhelming.
Wow.
And the water was purified. And that's when Alzim, you, what is it, shout in amazement and point to the pond, or the little acidic creek. The entire creek has been purified.
The beautiful sun ray comes down from above. Just hits it exactly.
Yeah.
We should
You
bond.
discover that when Alzim is surprised by the light of the true sun, that he squeals as a little pony.
It's your
Is
powers.
that a terrifying sound coming from a troll?
Yeah, you hear it from the background. It's like, wait, is there a pony in the woods? It's like, oh, it's just Alzim.
You see, Alzim, the power of the true sun, the old sun, the original sun, is not to be scoffed at.
This is extraordinary.
Not that you were scoffing. I don't want to
No,
put words in
well,
your mouth.
well, there was nothing to scoff at. The old sun had been gone for so long. I've never known that they would exist.
Yeah, I'll admit I'm actually really excited about this. I wasn't expecting it.
The idea that the old sun would come back. I mean, we've all read the stories. But to think that it would really exist. I will have to enjoy this water as a first partaker of the miracle, even though I don't need to eat, drink, or sleep during this quest.
Well, I'll fill our water satchels.
I wonder
bottles.
whether or not
Flasks. I'll fill our flasks.
I wonder or not there's a mythology among certain humans that because I'm the only troll paladin that a lot of people have seen, that they just believe trolls don't ever need to eat, drink, or sleep. It's like,
That's possible, yeah.
trolls are
Good
amazing.
question,
They
yeah.
don't eat, drink, or sleep. It's like, sure, let's go with that.
Alright, so
We should mark down this place on a map or something. It could be useful to your people, Alzim.
We shall call it
Yeah.
Sun Creek.
I like it.
that's Sun Creek over there. Alright, yeah, so with this miracle before you, you're able to gather so much water that you don't have to use as many rations on your way to that troll town.
It's like nectar. That's water.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's also very refreshing.
Mm.
Invigorating almost.
To the point of being healing.
Well,
No, I mean it's not that.
have
just
we
really
traveled
good
for
water.
a day already?
Yeah, you've traveled for like all your hit points will recover by the end of this journey.
Okay, cool.
Can I borrow that pencil when you're done?
If any of you failed, it's possible that you would not have recovered. Alright, so eventually you keep on riding, and you are close to the Troll Town. And when, let's see, who is, let's see, we have, okay.
Light
So
is
Light is scouting. So Light, you are ahead of the group. And as you're scouting ahead, you catch, and you are in like just the desert. You rise over a dune. And when you do, you see off in the distance the town, the troll town on the troll knoll. It looks like a small town that's kind of positioned well at a small oasis. There's a little bit of greenery. You can see that in the distance there's a little pool of water near it. And next to this town, you see that there is a small encampment, much like the one you saw at the Novavich estate. Rising above this encampment is a large bright banner that bears the symbol of the sun.
The sun. Being a true scout and lancer, true horseman, I guess, he would have gotten off his horse upon coming to the top of a hill and crawled up to the top and peeked over, making sure that his brand new shiny helmet is not on his
Oh,
head.
that's right. You have the ancestral.
The helm of Novavich, yes. So I crawl back down and then ride my horse back to the others. As I ride up, I sort of loud whisper, "I have seen the troll town. It is on the other side of this rise, but it appears that our fears were correct. There is an encampment of the sun on the outskirts of town." There's not cover for miles around, but perhaps under the cover of night we might be able to sneak in.
How large is it? How many are there?
How large was it?
It looked like a small group of about 20.
Wow.
A small encampment, but we can't take 20.
Well, 20 being, is it 6 nights and like 14 people to take care of their baggage?
Oh yeah, that is a good question. What does that 20 mean? I
How
guess
many horses?
Yeah.
How many horses in this encampment?
let's visualize that you guys are like at the crest of the dune and like you're looking up.
Okay.
Um,
Small time skip. We're looking over the dune.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's now pans to the three of us all like peeking over
Yeah.
the edge.
So when you look over, you see that in fact there are only about like, as you said, 6 real knights, and you recognize this with by their horses, because the horses have all the equipment, everything they need, and all that jazz. You see with the other horses, and you know from experience being one of the paladins, that the rest of this 20, there's probably one leader, there's a horse that you don't recognize with very fancy stuff. Very fancy, what's this?
Barding.
Barding, thank you. Very fancy barding. And then there's a couple like caravans that look like they carry just equipment and whatnot. Oh, maybe you should make it even scarier.
There's a cannon.
No, I was gonna say, how do you represent that? While you're looking over, you see that a person steps out of one of the giant carriages in the back, being like pushed by several horses, and it's a you can't get much from him, but you see this person is decked out in robes and has a very tall hat. You can only assume that this is one of the wizards.
Ooh, oh, wow. Dark magic.
Have you guys figure out this problem?
The terrain makes it impossible for us to get around. We lose too much time if we try to make it to the other side.
What do we know about these dark wizards? Is there any way that, like, if we wait for cover of darkness, will we just trip some evil alarm that they put up?
The dark wizards we're talking about. Normally, to everybody else, they're light wizards, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. What do we know about light wizards? Do they only function in the sun?
All right.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
So they're not necessarily light wizards. These are just wizards. They're not really tied to the light or the darkness because they're not clerics. They don't get holy power.
Cool.
Wizards work with arcane power. So they're the ones that craft spells. They do a bit more like what the cult of the sun calls unnatural, because it's not like a power source that they can really control.
I don't think Light knows anything about them whatsoever.
Yeah, they're rare. There's not a whole lot of wizards in this world.
I can definitely tell you that they sent out the wizard. This is the last stand for them. They fully expected that we would come here for sanctuary and for solace. They knew that the trolls would probably shield us because there's no love lost between the trolls and the paladins.
Is there a danger if we go down there of, like, the trolls trying to help us out and just getting obliterated as a result of that?
Oh, there is certainly no danger. Some lives would be lost, but the trolls are hardy fighters. How close are they to the town? Like, are they close enough such that if we rode over the bridge...
They're like not next to each other. It's more like they're near it. So they're about like 200 yards away.
Okay, so close enough that we rode over the ridge, the town would see that we were riding towards them. And so that if the paladins acted against us, the trolls would also see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we ride.
Okay.
Is that
We
the
cannot
consensus?
avoid them.
Follow your lead, Alzim.
Yes,
All right. So you begin riding straight towards Trolltown.
yes.
You are lucky enough that the paladins aren't really paying attention to everyone on the ridge, and you are able to rush towards Trolltown. And when you do, what is it? A little troll boy on top of a tower looks
whelp.
over. Yeah, a little troll whelp, a young lad.
He's just the size of a human.
Yeah. He sees you coming and gets excited, and leaps down and starts running towards you guys.
Nice.
When he finally catches up with you, he just goes, Alzim, you're here! Quickly, you need to go this way,
Right.
way, Alzim. And he starts leading you
Turn the rhino in
and,
that direction.
lead and light in a direction opposite the camp, and more of towards the oasis.
I will turn my rhino towards him, and as he comes near, I will grab him by the collar and lift him onto the rhino in front of me.
Thanks, Alzim. Alzim, we're going over to the cove, the secret cove. You remember where that is, right?
Of course. I let him put his little hands on my rhino reins.
Yeah.
I feel like he's guiding.
The kid is loving it.
Nice.
He is about human sized, so he's kind of like a young whelpish age. Probably just got through his coming of age ritual.
Oh, his first blooding. Nice.
Yeah, and as you know, the scout's job, or the what would you call it? The crow's nest is the easiest job, and so that's what they give to all the new youngins when they first get responsibility.
Sure.
He's bringing you to the secret cove. It's this little outcropping that's hard to see near the oasis, and behind it is just a little cave, as you trolls call it, a little bit of troll paradise. Because there was the little cave cove part where there's a little water. It's a lot more lusher, a lot more greener than the surrounding desert area. And it's kept hidden from everyone else so the trolls can have a little bit of peace and tranquility. And, so they don't lose it as well. He takes you around a couple of windy paths and through some bushes and they want to be palm trees. Around a little small hill, a little knoll, and down into this cave where there's this lush green area next to the water. By it, there are a couple small buildings, little like maybe even call them vacation homes.
Ooh.
Where there's like more little, I guess like more temples, little troll temples.
Ooh.
Not little to you guys. They're pretty big, like normal-sized houses. He leads you and brings them into you, and he pulls you into one of the temples. It's just a simple, plain building with tall pillars leading up, and a small statue in the center. The statue showing a small, bronze cast of a sun. Something to replicate the sun in the middle. He leads you there and places you inside, and he says, "Oh man, they're looking out for you, Alzim. They want to find you. They want to kill you. What did you do?"
I've learned things about the cult of the sun. They're not what they say they are.
The cult of the sun, but everyone wants to be paladins. They're not bad guys, are they? I thought they protected the land.
They do, but there's a secret. They're not all bad, but they're not good guys either. I learned their secrets, and now they want to kill me to protect it.
Oh. Oh no. Well, okay. I can go get the leader. I can go get Chief.
Has the whole town been informed? How's my mother?
Your mother's fine. She's worried for you. I'll go get her too. I'll go get Chief Tungar.
The naming convention of our trolls has shifted. But that's fine.
What was there a naming convention?
Yes, the trolls all have Middle Eastern names.
Oh, I don't know Middle Eastern names off the top of my
That's
head.
fine. Tungar is fine.
Let's look up Middle Eastern names. Chief Hakim.
That seems fair.
There we go. Okay. I'll go get Chief Hakim. And your mother. Could be blown up, Dan.
It's telling me that the Wi-Fi is available.
Oh.
Wow, that's been a long time.
Before he leaves, child, do you know whether we were spotted on our way in? We came in fast and hard, but I'm sure those paladins would have set a watch.
No, sir. No. Chief Hakim was able to convince them that we were able to keep an eye out for any traitors to the sun.
Seems like a persuasive fellow.
Yeah. Hey, what's your name, kid?
My name.
I say, look at
My name is Jabbar.
Jabbar.
I'm so glad. This is the first week of my shift. Nothing ever exciting happens here. I'll go get him. I'll go get everyone.
No, don't get my mother. Tell her to stay. There is no need for her to risk herself to coming out here right this time. I will come to see her as appropriate.
Okay, I'll go get Chief Hakim. Okay, and so he runs off into the distance, leaving you guys in the secret troll cove.
Boy, I'm impressed that they just let us in here.
To the secret cove?
The secret
The
cove.
secret cove, yes.
Why would they
It's
not?
very calming.
You are my friends. There is nothing to hide.
I mean, that's true, but the more people who know about a secret, the less secret it is.
The trolls abide by a code of hospitality. You came with me. It would have been inappropriate and insulting for you not to have been invited in.
There are many, many things to admire about your village. Things that you do not see in the city.
Nor in the halls.
It is glorious indeed. I hope you will be able to enter. I hope we will not have to flee before you have a chance to return for me to see my mother.
As you're conversing, you hear a very loud, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Oh! My goodness, I did not notice there was another.
You turn around and you see a very large troll. One that is wearing several layers of brightly colored robes and wrappings. Around his neck is a large gold necklace with a large glowing stone in the center. You see that his face is quite battle scarred, and he is, let's say his left hand, he has two of them.
Oh.
He's like, left hand he's got one growing like this, and he's got another one growing like this.
Wow.
Or like more like, imagine one left hand here, and then there's another left hand here.
What if it like got? Well, I'll not speculate.
When I saw that there were riders on the hill, I came down here as fast as I could, and figured it was Alzim and his friends. I met your brother halfway through, and he quickly told me that you were waiting here.
Are you Chief Hakim?
That's correct. I am Chief Hakim.
Very nice to meet you, sir. I put my large hand into his much larger hand.
He
Such that it
He's used to dealing handshakes with humans, so he just kind of like puts one
puts
finger
a finger
forward.
out. I shake the whole
Shakes his
finger.
Yeah. It's like, please, sit down, take the load off, let me get you some tea. And he goes over to the altar, and he opens a little set of doors, and there's a lovely, like, tea ceremony setting.
It's like the sacred tea.
And he pulls it out, and he sets it down in front of me and starts making tea. I was told of some very unfortunate news just a few days ago, and I was hoping I could get filled in on the other side of the story. He starts pouring some water into the tea. I heard that you, Alzim, are a traitor to the sun. Like a moon, eclipsing over it, trying to bring darkness to the world. You wish to destroy it. This is, of course, ridiculous. A man, a troll, no one could destroy the sun. Nor could it be one of our own.
The sun is already destroying itself.
He hands you like little saucers. To you two, they're like.
It's like a bowl.
I'm sorry, we don't get very many your-sized guests in this room. I hope that this will be fine.
It's okay. I love tea.
He pours you a very large helpings of tea.
Thank you.
We're only
Still
8 to
quite
10
hot.
feet tall. It's not like we're giants, like 20 feet tall. Let's
Okay,
not go
so it's
nuts.
like a bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more
I
like
guess it'd
it's
be
more
like
like something like this. It's a big enough cup. Yeah, we're not storm giants. It's like with each scene or each episode, the trolls are just larger and larger.
Getting bigger.
Okay, so
Or,
Yes.
or is it like we messed up the code in the CGI on episode 4 and suddenly the trolls were like 30% larger for the rest of the season?
oh my god, that would be so
A
hilarious.
director change.
Not like Harry Potter.
Yeah, so we switched in the third movie and had a new director come in. It's like the trolls are too small. We need them 30% bigger.
Bigger.
So tell me, are you really going to destroy the sun?
Well, it is not so much my mission to destroy the sun, but to seek an alternative. You see, the magics that created the sun was done so at the cost of the lives of the people of the planet. But those lives were insufficient. You know the old stories. The old sun was powered by the soul of a god. It turns out human souls and troll souls and the souls of mortals is not nearly enough to match that of an immortal. The sun of man as we know it has lasted 1,000 years, but is now itself dying. And it's being kept alive day to day by the cult of the church, kidnapping and killing and sacrificing. to it to maintain its existence.
That's-
Even out here, you must have seen or heard of trolls going missing. This is happening all over the world as we know it.
It's true. We always just assumed that it was the dangers of setting out in the desert, getting too close to the sun. But there's a bold claims saying that a sun that has lasted 1,000 years is not going to last any longer. Do you have any proof for your claim?
You got the book, right? The Corona?
Yes, I have a holy book, a secret text from within the church itself. I have seen the sacrifices with my own eyes. My friends here have borne witness to it themselves. We are on the quest to seek out an alternative light. My friend here, he has friends who were part of the original designers who helped build the sun. We may yet seek them out and learn from them if there are any secrets. They were told that they had built an alternative sun. But even more mysterious is my dwarf friend here. He is a cleric of the old sun, the dead sun.
You expect me to believe that you're a cleric of the old sun? The old sun is dead.
His powers are extraordinary. I've seen him do things that even our own clerics have not been able to do with the Son of Man. On our way here, do you remember? Just a day's journey to the west. An acidic creek, water tainted, undrinkable.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we called that Green Creek.
It is now Sun Creek. My friend here has blessed it and it has become the most refreshing, pure stream. Not just the water taken from it, but the very source itself has been cured. It is possible that perhaps over time, what we thought was the dead sun has now returned and has been restored, or perhaps is returning to full health. It is possible that the old sun has come back.
And I pick up a rock off the ground and light upon it, and then sunbeam comes down from above to light it up.
You're gonna have to roll it, Dan.
Roll it.
Find
There
out.
we go.
Oh my gosh! That is exactly what we needed.
Dan, just roll a 12.
Then boxcar.
This is brilliant.
Wait, plus his...
Plus my 2.
Right.
So 14.
Oh, this is
Ooh, boy.
extraordinary.
All right. So you cast light. What were you casting light on?
Just like a rock I picked up.
You just pick up the rock. What shines from the rock is the most brilliant light that you have all ever seen. You remember how the power was so intense for the purified food and water?
Mhm.
This is like a magnitude even more.
So bright.
It's blinding to everyone. Like it might be so much so that it could challenge the sun in the center right now. Oh! Whoa! Oh! So bright! Oh! Oh!
I put it out.
Oh!
It is the light of the true sun. Do you not now see?
By your own very eyes, see the truth of the old sun's return.
The old sun is returning. There's so much power.
There's work to be done still.
Alzim, you must know that I am a fair chieftain, and I will not make a decision until I've heard everything.
Of course.
I will need to collaborate your claims and look at this so-called Sun Creek, a day's travel from here. I'll send a writer out to take a look at it. And I will like to read this book. It'll take me I just need a day or two to just gather my thoughts and collect the evidence before I make a decision. Because I still have not quite decided whether or not I should turn you over to the Cult of the Sun. Although you may be a troll, we are still.
I understand our laws, but we are on a quest of great urgency.
I understand.
Every day that passes innocent lives are lost in the sacrifice unnecessarily to the new false sun that we have made.
You are asking me to betray the union, the agreement we made with the humans.
I am asking you to trust your own eyes and to trust that I have always put our people first.
All I ask for is one day. You can hide out here. The Paladins will not know of your presence. And I can go send a rider to Sun Creek, and I can read this book to see if it's true what you say, that this power of the old sun is returning and a new sun is dying.
Point of information, is there any chance that the glory of this spell was so great that the paladins would have seen his light over the ridge?
There's not going to be any consequences from rolling that perfect roll.
Okay, so they won't see it and be riding out to see
Plus,
it.
we're
Yeah,
inside right now.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking that there was a moment in one of my favorite book series where the main character finally accomplishes this great cleansing of the source of magic, and it creates
Wheel of
this
Time?
it creates this ripple effect. And there's a
Yeah.
chapter where every scene in the chapter is just people all over the planet suddenly reacting to it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
No, I get what you mean. We're thinking of would have been one of the consequences if Dan had rolled low.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Like
so
if he had chosen the attention one.
sure.
Or if you failed, the move would have been the light appears and then you hear like shouts in the background or something
Okay.
like that.
Well, in that case, then of course, the wisdom of the chief is immutable.
But
We shall wait a
1,000
day.
1,000 or more lives just for one day. People are dying out there. Trolls are dying out there.
These are words that you're saying. I cannot. If I only took your words, and if I took anyone's words before taking action, why, a mere silver tongue could convince me to do anything. I need to gather the evidence.
These are not just words. You've seen the light yourself. Would a false sun, would lies have been able to create such majesty?
I am sorry. This is how I rule this land. If you do not like it, you are more than welcome to leave.
The chief speaks wisdom. One day more, after thousands, tens of thousands of days.
It is true, we could have only discovered this ourselves one day too late. It is not too much to wait one day. The rules are there for a reason. 1,000 more lives may be lost, but countless others will be saved. It is only one day. One day more. Only one day to revolution.
I'm already risking peace as it is having you hide away here.
I am moved by the generosity of your sanctuary, that you would take this risk on the chance that I might be telling the truth. We will accept your judgment. Here, take the tome. Send the rider.
He grabs the tome, and let's see. I would suggest that you do not. If you venture into town, please be careful. The paladins, they like to make patrols, even though I tell them I can run my own town.
Of course. I just wish to see my mother.
She can come here.
I had not wished for her to make this journey, but from what you say, there's greater risk in town. Please, have her brought here.
Of course. Alright, he takes the book, and he puts away the tea set. And he walks out of there.
If we've got a few minutes
Yep.
to ourselves, I would like to cast Sanctuary and just like mark out basically as big of a area within the troll cove as I can.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Okay. There is an 8.
Okay, you have a choice to make.
I think I'm gonna get a chance to commune anyway, so I can just lose the spell.
Okay, you got it. Same deal as before. It's like powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bigger effect, but it's like there's a lot of light.
Okay. Yeah, and as long as we stay within the area, or it's like I imagine that I'm tracing out a glowing path upon the ground. As long as we stay within the area, let's see. I am alerted when anybody or whenever somebody acts with malice, including entering with harmful intent. Anybody who receives healing heals an extra d4.
Oh, nice.
Nice, cool. All right. Anything else you guys want to do? There seems to be like a moment of peace while you're within this small, lovely little cove.
This is a place of rest and contemplation, so I will do as such. Although, your sanctuary, does it just include this building or the cove as a whole?
Probably just this building.
You can do it. You can do it.
All right, we'll say the whole cove then.
Okay, because
Take my time and pace it out.
if that's the case, then I would like to leave the building and enjoy the serenity of the area and its natural surrounds, as this building contains an icon to the false sun, and that is disturbing to the aesthetic of my current meditations.
Okay. All right. We'll get to that in a moment.
Alright.
I
What do you guys
think
want to do?
Light wants to make a case
Make a case?
for leaving early.
Oh. Okay. So you're gonna stop Alzim before he walks away, or are you gonna make a case?
I think he's gonna wait, because obviously we're not leaving immediately, but I guess after when Alzim is resting or meditating or something, I guess Light will walk up to him at some point.
Okay. We can do that. Sure.
Okay.
I
mean, if you have something that would
I
occur
have-
before that, then
yeah, I
let's
have
do
a
that.
scene plans for Alzim, and I want to make sure that you guys get what you want to do before we start that scene.
Okay.
So Alzim is just about to head out of the temple to do a meditative walk. Does anyone want to stop him for anything?
Yeah.
One troll leg
Yeah,
is
Light,
up the
Light
door.
Light will put his hand on his arm, side, whatever he can reach, and be like,
Sure.
Alzim, friend Alzim, a moment of your time.
Walk with me.
I walk beside him.
We can enjoy the pleasantness of this place together.
It's very relaxing here.
I will slow my gait so he will not have to lose his breath catching up.
Friend Alzim, I find myself torn. I can't help but think of the countless additional lives that are lost while we stay here, and a day longer, it sounds like so little, but in the creation of the Son of Man, I'm sure a single day would have meant the end of the world. Is there not some way we might leave? What harm could there be? What would happen if we simply got our supplies and left? After all, Chief Hakim said you can stay or you can leave. Would we not simply be leaving in a different direction?
We could just go. It would show great dishonor.
And also, no supplies.
Yeah, the trolls would not provide.
Are they holding the supplies hostage?
Well, it's more of a like that's in.
We won't give it to
Right.
you
They would have to
until
bring it here.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the part I was.
Yeah.
wondering
Yeah.
about.
I suppose it's like you're asking. I thought it was understood that like you're asking for the troll's support,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise you could have just like kept on going.
Mhm.
And with your low on supplies,
Yes, we do need supplies. So yeah.
Also, it is not a certainty that our one-day delay will truly cost that many lives. It appears that there is an ongoing program to capture and make sacrifice. But surely it cannot be happening on a daily basis. And even should it occur, whatever we accomplish, it will still take some number of days. We can only trust that the gods, the true sun, will bless our journey and give us the timing in accordance to his own cycles.
So another meta question. When we were investigating before, they said that the Son of Man had. Did we learn something like the Son of Man was accelerating the rate at which it was requiring sacrifices, or that?
I think the only thing
They
you
were saying
learned
something
that-
like, "We'll be good for another year." Was something. that someone said.
It wasn't necessarily like saying that it was accelerating. It's just like it's reached its limit. So by their calculations, they need to make like X number of sacrifices for 1 year.
Okay. Okay.
Do we know what that number is? Is it actually?
I don't
I don't think we
I don't
ever
think you ever
got
got
any
it.
concrete like number.
Yeah.
Just that all over the kingdom, this all over the city states, this was happening.
Right.
All right, Alzim. Well, you are much wiser than me, so I will trust you with my life as I have this entire journey. Thank you.
Your heart is understood and is a meaningful reason why I have trusted you all this time. But we are now at the time where our lives and the lives of all those people are not in our hands. We have to trust the wisdom both of our others and of the gods. If our quest is to be blessed, it shall be blessed. And if it is not to be blessed, then what actions we take will not matter.
Beyond which, Light says, charging up with his trail of light coming on.
Didn't mean to be eavesdropping, but
If we leave without those supplies, sorry, couldn't help it over here. If we leave without those supplies and we die in the desert, how many will die as a result?
yes, I admit I was indeed contemplating dishonorable methods to get supplies, but if we are compromised there, then it would be for naught anyway.
It is not your fault. Your ways are not our ways. The troll ways are old and come from a time long past. Not too many races still hold to them. Perhaps the only reason we are is because we have been so far away and isolated from the rest of the world for so long. Sometimes we are not sure if that is a good or a bad thing. But for now, we must adhere to them. Plus, I would not leave until I've seen my mother and know that she is well and that she has heard from me.
Of course. Yes. All right.
Please enjoy this
So
wonderful taste of Troll Grove.
find a nice meditation tree.
Well, something happens before that.
Ooh.
Okay, so I guess
So-
we're walking.
You're walking and you stop, and Alzim says, "Please enjoy this wonderful troll," and then there's no more of that sentence. You turn
Ooh.
to try and see him, and he's gone.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh
Alzim
no!
is just straight up gone.
I've been unplugged from the Matrix.
Led, is this something your god has done? Why would he take Alzim from us?
I don't think so.
Wait, is it that wizard? Is this something magic could do?
I haven't heard any or felt any like talk about my sanctuary.
And we'll just pause there and find where Alzim is.